such an asshole.
It's a conundrum I've talked about before that I find myself in, where the natural human instinct in you is, stop. There's a scene in Die Hard 2 where Bruce Willis goes out on the tarmac with torches, basically, he makes to get the plane to not crash because the terrorists have the plane flying in during a snowstorm, and they set the elevation higher so that the plane purposely crashes so they can demonstrate to Bruce Willis and the cops that they're in charge. And Bruce Willis goes out there. It's kind of a sad scene where he's just trying to flag him in the snowstorm. It's like, and the plane comes right over him, and he just turns around, just vainly yells, "Pull up!" And it's like the plane's gonna crash, and it does. And I've kind of gotten to the point where I'm like, no, the plane's gonna crash. I'm not gonna go out there in the cold and risk my life because the plane's gonna crash. And even though that's defeatist, what you have to realize is the way we've raised you young kids. I hate to sound like, oh, old man yells at clouds. Well, maybe you ought to listen to me. Where there's this tragedy that's happening slow motion in front of my eyes. And I have this urge to say, pull up, stop. Y'all don't listen. And then I got to get wicked. I got to get evil. I got to do dark side stoicism and realize the role me and other people didn't really aim to play in this world now is one of a cop, of one of a surgeon. There's an evil, a plague, a badness, a disease. And just like you would like to not have a disease, it still does exist. And so doctors go to fight the disease. They prefer not to have the disease, but they make money. That's their career. We'd like to not have crimes, but there is crime. And so cops, that's an opportunity. They go and make their career. And what my version of this disease or crime is misinformation. This is why I came up, it's linked below. This is why I came up with the course, The Dad You Never Had. Because ain't none of you had your fathers. Yes, your dad might have been there. A ballless sack of piss, shit, worthlessness. He himself didn't know anything. I got another article here about, half the boomers don't have enough money saved up for retirement. But you young kids, write me off as a boomer. Okay. You young kids were lied to. Your plague, your disease, your crime, your death, your bubonic plague is that you were lied to. That's why I came up with The Dad You Never Had. It's linked down below. You can learn about finance. We're going to talk about here. Zoomers are way behind on their car payments. Who saw that coming? There's not even like a hope, like we're going to turn this thing around, man. It's like, nah, they're just going to do what the millennials and to a certain extent Gen X did before them. We're all going to be boomers. No one's going to change. People age 18 to 29 hit a 5-year high on auto loan delinquencies in 2022, and the news isn't much better for millennials. Young people are broke. Why? The misinformation. You went to college and majored in dumb crap. Now you have $150,000 in student loans. And the best thing to do now is to go get yourself a $40,000 car loan at 23%. Well, it may seem like an old trope at this point. There are also data to prove this. That is also linked below in my book, How Not to Become a Millennial. Look, the millennials, don't step on that landmine. And the millennials if you boomer. I'm like, well, technically, I'm not a boomer. I'm your Gen X older brother. You really ought to listen. And we just need more socialism. Hang on, I got to chisel off the dried off cum from Obama's cock because I love socialism and Democrats so much. Shut up, we know, man. We're the most educated generation ever. Why am I so depressed and need drugs? Literally. We literally saw the millennial generation, hey, don't walk into that landmine. There's landmines over there. Shut up, boomer. Yeah, look at this guy over here who believes in Ronald Reagan and free markets and responsibility. I'm going to major in sociology. Kaboom! And we're like, millennial parts raining down on us. And I'm looking at the Gen Z. I'm like, hey, kid, did you see what happened? And there's this Gen Z kid. If you, boomer. I'm like, okay, just go. Just go. Go, run, run. All right, we'll patch you back up for a fee. I know. Oh, because your teachers see, there's me on one side pointing like, hey, it's raining millennials. Hallelujah. It's raining millennials. Look at the spleen. It's falling out of the sky. Hallelujah. That's me like pointing out, did you see the millennial just get blown to bits? And on the other side of me is your teachers. The teacher's like, that's because of the Republicans in the Senate, the millennials got blown to bits. You follow, your hard money will follow. And you actually believe these people. Run out into the landmine field. That evil Gen Xer, he's part of the patriarchy, racist institute, whatever. I like, do you not see the blood of the millennial? You got a piece of an ear of a millennial on your shoulder, the one that just blowed up. You want to go do that again? If you, I guess I'm never running out of clients. Many are so broke that they've fallen behind on their car payments. Okay, number one, for the love of God, guys, just young people, lend me your ears. Not the millennial piece of ear that fell on your show. You can flick that off. You should not be getting car loans. Okay. Also in my book, link below. It's also in the course, The Dad You Never Had, where I go through everything your dad should have taught you. Because your dad is this ballless Democrat pussy, your mom of which has his balls in her purse. You should never be signing up for a car loan. I am almost 50 years old. I've never had a car loan, guys. Why? Because it's just transportation. You don't need it. You know how expensive cars is. Yes, I do. Your best bet is to stay at home, work 2 jobs, save up the money, and buy 2 used but relatively reliable vehicles for cash. Because I've done the numbers, and here's another book where I don't pull this out of my ass, kids. There's another book called Poor Richard's Retirement. If you just buy cars for cash, just good, reliable junkers, all right? Drive them into the ground. You will save 75% of retirement, and you won't be in the position that half the boomers are in. What? I have never, I mean, yeah, I guess I'm in a better position than 95% of the American population to go get a car loan, but I've never gotten a car loan. Didn't you learn from the student loans? You should not be getting car loans. Like 18 to 29? No one should be getting car loans, frankly, in my opinion. I think you're a fool for getting new cars. I get a car because my K through college experience in marketing and corporations and government all propagandize me to think that a fancy car is the most important thing. That way I show off to my friends, and middle school never ends. Why do the boomers not have any money? Oh, it must be because they had to have a Range Rover. Many are so broke that they've fallen behind on their car payments, according to a study done by car insurance app Jerry, which shows that Gen Z millennials fell behind on $20 billion in car loans in 2022. Zero Hedge has a more updated one and an intellectual honesty. If you go back to the previous financial crisis, remember the first time the banks failed? The millennials had the exact same default rates. It's nothing specific to the Zoomers. It's just you're just the millennials version 2.0. That's it. That's all you're on. Millennials 2.0. You didn't learn a damn thing. How many more of them need to be blown up in a minefield? Is Generation Alpha next? Is the grandkids there? Do you kids see? I shouldn't complain. It's like a cop complaining about the crime. It keeps me employed. As long as you guys don't have your dads around, as long as your kids are raised by your teachers and guidance counselors and professors and the YouTubes and the media and the boob tube and the corporations and marketing, I'm never going to run, because you're going to be given misinformation. That's the plague of your now 3rd generation coming up with alpha. You're going to be given the wrong information. You're going to go out. You're going to get butchered financially, romantically, socially, career-wise, everything. And then some of you might be desperate enough to go to assholeconsulting.com. Hey, My life is miserable. What do I do? I'm like, well, did you do what your parents and your teachers and guidance counselors and the television told you to do? Yeah, I should be saving the world now. Oh, well, that's not how it works. I got a brand new, I remember this one guy, this was a while ago, but younger kid, he bought a brand new Buick LeSabre. I'm like, Buick LeSabre? It's like, yeah, man, it's sweet. It's got all these options. Buick LeSabre? What are you going to do? Go to the nursing home and pick up women? What do you mean Buick LeSabre? You're 27. I've never been to a car dealership to buy a car anyway. Everything associated with car ownership is getting more expensive, from the vehicles themselves. Well, we got to keep voting in all those safety features like the car starting and stopping and dinging every time you don't put on your seatbelt. Right? You kids you want things affordable, but then you vote for Democrat policies, just over-regulate the hell out of everything. Why is it so expensive? Because we had to have the TARD function programmed into it so it wouldn't start and there'd be a voice like, you have not put on your seatbelt. You have not put on your seatbelt. I can't imagine why cars are so expensive. Vehicles themselves to rising insurance rates. Inflation hasn't made things any easier. Did you all vote for free money? You did. Do you like your stimmy checks? You do. Step on another landmine. Because of these factors, the car buying frenzy during the pandemic reared its head in 2022. Serious auto loan delinquencies, which are defined as having a loan that's 90 days or more late, piled up to the tune of some $20 billion. Then broken down by generation, it gets worse. Yeah, and here, well, I mean, it's always been younger, so let's take a look. At the end of 2022, 90-day delinquencies for people aged 18 to 25 hit a 5-year high. It was slightly worse for millennials aged 30 to 39, whose delinquencies hit their highest level since 2019. Man, look at that. You're almost a 40-year-old person, and you're not paying your car loan. Most sanctimonious know-it-all generation. Okay, you kids know what you're doing. What's even worse is the debt is piled on its fastest level in over 20 years. The total dollar value of auto loans taken out by Gen Z rose $50 billion in 2022. For millennials, it rose $80 billion. So here's the graph. Gen Z and millennials spend bigger chunks of their paycheck on car payments. So let's take a look. Percent of respondents answering. So this is God, this is a weird chart. Okay, I see. So some people spend 50% of their take-home pay on a car. Barely anyone does in any generation. Gen X. Oh my goodness, Gen X and millennials. Shame on us. Where is it, Gen X? Well, I guess we're at the peak of our income earning years. We got to impress the Joneses next door, right? Small penis Gen Xers. I'm sorry, your wife has pruny tits now. A cup. Just like one little shrivelly wrinkle with a nipple right on it. There's your Gen X women with her tits. But you got yourself a brand new Dodge Challenger, right, bro? Good. That takes 40 to 50% of your income. Are you guys? And that's 5% of Gen Xers. That's not the majority. Less than 10% take-home pay. Yeah, boomers are in the best financial shape, obviously. Gen Z. Okay, so about 25% of you, it is anywhere between 21 to 50% or more of your take-home pay. Even more troubling is the amount of people willing to live on the financial edge or let other bills go to be able to afford their car payment. Man, the cars. I thought my generation, let's go back. All right, so there was the 80s. There's part of the 90s. It was like, did you have the right type of jeans? Did you have Air Jordans? And then this thing called grunge came along where thankfully we kicked all that materialism out. I thought for good. And instead of wearing fancy shirts, everyone ended themselves like Kurt Cobain. It was the fashion then. and we go to rag stock, and you wouldn't dress up as much. You use, Goodwill clothes. I'm like, okay, that's sensible. And I still to this day go shopping at Goodwill. I thought that, it wasn't about the money, man. Was it about the money? And I even remember, like, hey, you shouldn't go to college for stupid. It's not always about the money. I'm like, well, when you're paying $200,000 for tuition and living expenses, it is. But you ignore that. Let's just go with the premise it isn't about the money. You're not probably these capitalist pigs, man. Do you go out and get a car? Like, you literally do the most stupid capitalist move, the most dumbest materialist capitalist, let's say corporatist, maybe. But let's just, okay, you hypocritically violate what you were saying before, and you go get a fancy car to brag. This isn't a $70 pair of jeans. This is a $70,000 vehicle. It's not all about the money, man. It's all right. That's all right. You're all going to come to me anyway. What do I do? Spend less than you make? But then my friends will lie me. They're not your friends if they only hang out with you for the stuff you own. 4 in 10 Gen Zers say they use more than 15% of their after-tax income for their auto payment, according to Jerry. 1 in 5 say it's more than 20%. For millennials, it's about the same, with more than a third using more than 50%, over 16%. Over 50% of Zoomers said that their car payment caused them to go more than 30 days late on another monthly debt. Half of you, you stupid idiots. You could not have had a more front row seat to witnessing the destruction and chaos and other life destruction that the misinformation that the millennials got, and is the exact same misinformation you got, did to them. Like, you literally saw a generation get blown up, and is corporate marketing that powerful? Is it? I just love the screw capitalism, man. And then you're all just like capitalist sheep run into the slaughter. "33% of millennials say they were forced to do the same." You could draw a few conclusions from all this. The main takeaway is that there are a lot of millennials and Gen Zers who are definitely financially illiterate. True. So, how is that possible? You're the most educated generation ever. You all have college degrees. Some of you have advanced degrees. Oh, wait, they never taught you compound interest. Also in the course, the dad you never had. How was that? You know it all, young people? Like, we don't need fathers. Men are the patriarchy. Mom, single moms all the way. Yay! And for you dads, because now it's my generation, you ballless sacks of putz. Because you don't know. Not teaching your kids, not teaching them how to have fiscal discipline. Oh my God, you deserve a kick in the nuts. And not like a standing kick. Like, again, I go up to the top of the mountain, Bridger Mountain, 7 miles one way. And I run down the 7 miles, and you're there spreading your little pussy ass open, and I give you a 25-mile-an-hour kick in your freaking nuts. Well, have your wife reattach your nuts. Have them pull it out of her purse, reattach your nuts, and I could kick them. Then she'll take the flat pancake nuts off, put it back in her purse. You got just here. So I was kind of like, all right, so the Zoomers, millennials and Zoomers, you're not going to have the money saved for retirement. You're just not. Don't worry, ask the government for it. Have them put off more money. I wonder what will happen to prices. Or maybe you could work. No. Let's go find Pencil Dick Andrew Yang a little bit more. Suck off his little fucking needle dick there. Oh, Andrew Yang said UBI and he has rich Asian parents. Oh my God. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. Meanwhile, the idiots. Look, who came up with this advice? The baby boomers did. All right? Now, Gen X had to figure it out on our own. We didn't have teachers like in there right away. Oh my God, you might be a transsexual. Did you know? How does that teach me how to do my taxes or budget? Shut up. Stop being a capitalist. You don't like Hitler, do you? I just want to know how to balance my personal budget. You hate the Jews, don't you? No, I really just. So we had to figure out things more practically. Well, here, from Business Insider, which is a joke of a public. This is a year ago. Boomers don't have nearly enough retirement savings, especially women. Shocking! Ladies, with your degree in journalism and masters in poetry, you don't have enough money? And I'm confused, baby boomer women. I'm absolutely flummoxed. Didn't you lead the charge for divorcing men and taking half their crap? Where'd the money go? Like you were the gold, not gold. They had to come up with a new category for you baby boomer women. The platinum level Olympians of divorce. Like you just came right out, man. You blew. It's like, my God, they're perfect. What happened to the money? They're not gonna, I know. We could solve all these problems. If you young people, I know you have a tremendous amount of propaganda and brainwashing. But can you look at the people who came up with this original advice, this misinformation, and see where it's ended up? Can you make this connection? We all agree we don't like the boomers, right? Because they lied. Maybe not maliciously, perhaps unkind, but they gave us the wrong information and ruined 3 generations of people's lives. Can we look to see where their advice got them? This forlorn old white woman. Whoa. Is a good picture. The typical boomer household is heading into retirement while owing $29,000. Come on, baby, light my fire. Dude, listen to Janis Joplin, man. The golden years aren't shining all that bright for some boomers, many of whom don't have enough money saved for retirement. How? With this booming stock market for practically 40 years, how do you not? And the housing market, how? It's an even bigger problem for women. Oh, shut up. We're so sick and tired of hearing about the problem of women. You've had life set on easy mode for at least 30 years. Shut up. Who don't have the savings that men do. Well, maybe you should have majored in dumb crap. And maybe you should have worked more. Maybe you should have saved the divorce settlement and thrown it into the S&P 500. About 50% of women ages 55 to 66 have no personal retirement savings compared to 47% of men. All right, so you're fractionally worse off than men. Half these sanctimonious lecturing assholes don't have any retirement. Any. Researchers found. The report also said that marriage has a big impact on how much one could save. In their assessments, the researchers found out about 35% of people who are married at least once have no retirement savings. Compared to 60%. Oh, so marriage has a positive effect. Compared to 60% of people who were never married, both men and women who have been married experience long-term savings benefits. Okay, probably that's due to having lower living expenses because instead of renting 2 places, you live under one roof. But don't worry, you kids know better about that, right? You don't need no father in the house. And dads, if you're around, you just be a sperm donor. Don't actually raise your kids or invest in them, right? Well, sweetheart, if you want to get your PhD in children's theater, you go ahead. I'll sign that loan. Why don't I have money? Why is my wife fat? Everyone. Great quote from Team America World Police. Why is everybody so stupid? And I'm not wrong. It's not like I'm like, Well, maybe there's something wrong with me. No, that ship sailed decades ago. F all of you. You're all wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong. The report shows that roughly half of all retirement age Americans have no savings. Women have less. We can't give you any more legs up late. We just can't. We just can't. Would you like an organ? What do you girls want? What would you like? The savings gap is negligible between men and women with $10,000 saved, and much bigger between men and women who have $100,000 saved, with men doing better as the amount of savings increases. Coupled with the generation's debt load and dwindling Social Security program, boomers' puny funds may signal a retirement that's not as cracked up to be. For women, it's partly a result of long-term effects of choosing poorer degrees, not working as many hours as men. They say wage gap. I'm going to tell you what it really is. There's another bit of misinformation, ladies. Ladies, you want to close? Young ladies, stop majoring in dumb crap. Throughout their careers, they've earned less to sock away. Nope. Got the data. You girls don't work as much. Now, admittedly, baby boom women did stay at home and raise their children more. That's true. Right? But adjusting for that, women don't work as much. I believe it's 1,800 hours per year. Men are like 2,200 hours per year. You made your dumb crap. And then, one thing that is under your control, you could start asking for raises more. Be more aggressive in salary negotiations. That is something under your control. Well, it's all under your control. You could all major in engineering. You could all be oil field workers. Oh, for God's sake, it's a stop whining when you're an early childhood education major and just babysitting preschool kids for single mom whores who couldn't keep their dad around and can't afford daycare. Boomers' finances aren't looking rosy. Dismal retirement savings are even bigger issue in the context of boomers' debt load. Typical boomer household is heading into retirement owing $29,000. Considering the actual savings balance of most retirees is lower than it should be, they won't have much to dip into to pick. Guess what, boomers? You're going to work till you're dead. Shut up. That's your penance. Line to 3 generations. Always getting divorced, raising kids in broken homes, normalizing it's okay to raise kids under broken homes, form a home, destroy it. Well, we know what we're doing. We're sociologists. I guess you get to work. Remember when your parents said, hey, what does this mean? Look at it in the dictionary. Oh, okay. Have fun in your self-financed nursing home. I don't look, guys. Maybe I gotta pitch this to Generation Alpha. You gotta wake up. You gotta look at what's happening to the immediate generation ahead of you and say, okay, I want to do that. I don't care how sweet the lies your teachers and parents and television and basically leftists, Democrats, socialists, Marxists, whatever, environmentalists, whatever. You gotta stop listening to what they're telling you because it sounds good. And you got to start asking, does it work? It might sound good. You might feel good while you're in, up to the age of 22. But at the age of 22 and a half, when you graduate from college with $100,000 for a worthless degree, then you sign up for a car loan because you're a moron. Your parents and your dad never taught you anything otherwise. And now here you are, 25, 26, missing payments, bad credit score. You think you're going to qualify for a mortgage? And then what? Even in the book, how not to, link below, how not to become a millennial. Doesn't slam on millennials. It's actually quite sympathetic towards them. Look at the depression rate, mental illness rate. Self-deletion rates are going up for younger people. Gee, could it be you were given the wrong information? Not only the wrong information, you built your entire value system off of, I'm a good little socialist. And all of a sudden, poof, that doesn't matter in the real world. Like, hey, do you got a job? Can you pay rent? Can you feed yourself? Can you muster up the intelligence and the foresight. You don't even need foresight. You're seeing it right now. Again, flick that ear of a millennial off your shoulder. Do you want that? You don't? Stop making the same decisions. Well, I don't know what decisions to make. Link down below are 3 resources. 2 are books, cumulatively about 1,000 pages. Yes, I know. They're both in Audible, so you don't have to actually read them. But it tells you everything about, not bachelor pad economics is all your financial decisions to make, minor and major and mediocre, from 18 to death. So that's a great starting point for the finances. How not to become a millennial is pretty much every mistake that we lied to the millennial generations on what to do, and they followed them like, oh, look, a millennial foot severed, more blown off. Severed indicates a nice clean cut. This looks like it was blown off. It's all kind of raggedy. So there you go. And then the dad you never had is a 12-hour, but there's so much time investment. Yeah, there's a lot of time involved when your dad doesn't spend the 2 decades he needs to training you and teaching you. So I'm sorry I could only get it down to 12 hours. But 12 hours of what your dad should have taught you, some guidance, some kind of like wisdom, do this, don't do that, do that. And above all else, why you should do it, not just because I said so, because I'm a ballless, nutless sack of wonder puss, father of America. I don't get to explain why. Or just, well, maybe you ought to do that. No, I'm going to go, dun, it. I tell you why, because that's going to guarantee to, oh, that's why I should do, I better do that then. And so what? I think the millennial book, the paradox is you got to pay time or money, either or. Time to read the books. The books are relatively cheap. I think they're both like 20 or 25 bucks, either or. So you got to read, which will take a long time. I get it. The dad course, which I still strongly recommend you take, is 149 bucks. That is a fraction of what you're going to pay if you don't have fatherly advice. Like these kids signing up for 20%. 20%, what's 20% out of $40,000 loan? Hang on, I got to figure this out. Well, I can't afford that. Let's find out. Okay, so you got 20% on $40,000 loan. That's $8,000. Okay, let's divide that by 12. Okay, that's 660 bucks a month. You could afford interest. You don't get anything for interest. $600 a month. Well, it makes almost sense because the average car payment is $736 a month. You could afford interest, just literally pissing away your money a month. You can't afford $149 for a class that like basically replaces your father digitally, and no one can really replace your father. But if your father was never around, it's better than nothing. And then maybe, just maybe, Generation Alpha says, wait a second, hold on. That Gen Zer stepped on a landmine. And now it's raining Gen Zers, and the millennial excrement has just started to decay, and the buzzards are picking at it. I'm not going to go in that landmine. And then the teacher's like, oh my God, do you hate black people? No, I just don't want to major in sociology. I don't want to go to college, go into debt. I'm going to become a carpenter or a tradesman and build my own house for a fraction of the cost it would if I was a journalism major. I'm going to save my money. I'm not going to buy a brand new car on credit at 17% over 7 years. And I'm going to save. And I'm going to be frugal. I'm going to buy my clothes at Goodwill. And I'm going to contribute to an IRA. And I'm not going to be one of these worthless baby boomer poverty-stricken assholes. Never happen. Because there'll be 75 years old. I'll be the boomer. It'll be Generation Zeta, whatever the hell the next one's going to be. You kids should spend less than you. Boomer. They're going to be shooting up some new drug. And they're like, oh, yeah, this is like, they'll have drugs that change your gender just by shooting up. Oh, I'm a guy today. And I'm so brave and amazing. Where's the food? If you kindly would subscribe to the channel, we are about 900 away from 100,000. Then I get my plastic trinket. Then I don't have to ask anymore for people to subscribe so I can get my plastic trinket. Let's go to the super chats if there are any. I was having a good day. Went to the gym, had a good workout. I have a friend. We're going to take her to visit the Hoover Dam. She's never seen it. Kevin C. for $2 kind. Thank you, Kevin. Recovering NPC for $10 generous. Just got rid of my brand new 2020 Bolt. They still make those? Dumbest financial decision I ever made. Recovering NPC. What if you just bought my book below, read it? Now, here's the key thing. I forgot to give some added instructions about whatever 3 of the options you might choose below. Did what's recommended. Love all these women who read all these books and consume all these podcasts, listen to all these shows about health and weight loss, but they never, not one toe is ever put on a treadmill. Not once do they set a cupcake down. I can finally start building my savings and investments. Thanks for encouraging me to get rid of that $20,000 of debt. I'm glad we helped out. Just wish you would have not gone through that hell in the first place. Got Ron in the house. Yes, I know. Buick LeSabre. It's so dumb. It's just like, I keep hitting my hand with the hammer and it hurts. I just don't get it. Like, even, okay, let's say you had all the brainwashing in the world. Wouldn't just a moderately intelligent person say, wait a minute, I could just major in whatever I want and the money will follow? I can major in literature and people are going to pay me. Like, wait a minute. We can all just keep getting divorced and living on stimmy checks, but wouldn't someone have to produce the food? Big Shell 007, $2. Lugnut, is that like a macadamia nut? Exactly. Wholesome DJ Aftershock, $5. Dude, bro, we just bought a new McMansion in the Maple Grove with my Cornish check from Edward Jones, bro. Dude, bro, Wifey Pooh and I bought a BMW to flex. I got to tell you a great story. So this is on the build-up to the financial crisis back in the aughts. And I was dating this really good-looking girl who was dumber than a box of rocks. This is one who didn't change her oil for like 25,000 miles, I believe. So her ex-boyfriend and her had a house in the prestigious suburbs of I won't say where, but it was and they had a Corvette. And I didn't realize it at the time, but she was trailer trash. I had no intention of marrying this girl because she was hot. And I was in my 20s maybe, or maybe early 30s. But she was telling me about how her ex-boyfriend, because she co-signed for the Corvette, it had to get repossessed because they weren't making the payments because they had broken up. And I was like, kind of like your first insight into trailer trash. I'm like, okay, all right. But she had nice biddies. She had really nice biddies. Oh, but yeah, they were kind of like that. And then the financial crisis came and that guy lost his job and they couldn't afford the Corvette payments. And I remember she was saying that he drove it around. He was like, so sad because this is my Corvette. It means a lot to me. I'm like, piece of plastic with some wheels means a lot to you. Okay. Did you know, man, $2.20 Canadian, used Asian import, no car payments, more Bitcoin winning. Yep. The American cars have gotten pretty good. No European. No, I'm not touching your German over-engineered pieces of trash. BMW hits 50,000 miles. Everything goes wrong. The dinging doorbell for the door is hooked up to the transmission. Oh, that dinging doorbell keeps dinging. Yeah, you got to take out the transmission. We need this new tool that only the Germans have. It's $70,000. No. My truth, $2. I hear the Freuder like milk. Do you like milk? Freuder like milk? Do you like milk? Huh? Help me out, my truth. The truth, $2. We need to close the wage gap. Women certainly do. Women need to work more and major in the right things and start becoming, miners, firefighters, linemen. Absolutely, we need to. You girls, we're 100% for you being equal in this regard. I want you girls to pay the same amount in taxes. I want you to work double time. My truth, $2. Silly men. Society needs men, but not them. Now, where's that fish bicycle ad? This brand new lease vehicle don't vroom without dirty mechanics. I know the mechanics were gross and dirty. Just like, I know I need a mechanic, but I don't want to marry one. Oh my God, they're disgusting. They come back all gross. Vlad Elkins. Wonder if Clary's been having some problems handling. It's not that. It's just I'm doing fine. I'm surrounded by stupidity. And it is the more and more as time goes on, I want to have a foot outside the United States, not even for financial reasons. It has nothing to do with taxes. Thanks to Chad Elkins, who helps me keep my tax rate relatively tolerable. I'm sick and tired of this culture. I'm sick and tired of stupid people. I'm sick and tired of ugly people. I'm sick and tired of fat people. Sick and tired of like, don't put that on my food. Comes out, they put it on my food. Like, God damn it. It'll be $37, please. Yeah, God, I wonder why people just going to make food at home. Sam Whiskey, $2. Cappy, they can't afford to quit the job they hate if they have a car note. Right. I know. That's well, twice now we've had the story where it has been relayed to me that the boss, two separate people overheard two separate bosses, completely separate incidents, where they hired on a new kid, and the kid, one was at a dealership. They got the kid locked in on a brand new car, and then his boss says, "We got him," because now they know they're debt slaves. And that also occurred, but it wasn't a car dealership elsewhere. It was like, "We got him now." Where be careful, guys. If you go get a new job fresh out of college, like, we got a good deal with the local car dealer. No. They'll watch a million millennials blow up. They won't change. Dave, 128, $2. They say a new car looks good in the driveway. Yes, they say that it does. I put my cars in the garage. I don't know what you guys do with your garage. I put cars there. Hey, Athabel Decua, $2. Roommate drives a 2023 Bronco. She's in retail, laughing out loud. Honest to, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. She just works retail, huh? She got a 2020. What's a Bronco cost? 2023 Bronco. MSRP. $35,000. So that's at least $650 a month, depending on the interest rate. Tiggle bitties. You damn right, Aubrey. You damn right. Still want to do that Cappy calendar. We have a bunch of female Cappy Cap eyes who are good looking. Do kind of a pinup thing. Sam Whiskey, $5. Cappy, wait until the 2024 DeLorean comes out. Car notes are going to skyrocket. Yeah, isn't that going to be like Gen X, though? Are they coming out with a DeLorean? Jordan Hillard, $5. Our generation will never be able to own a home. Well, you could work towards that goal by not buying a new car, or just become tradesmen and women. You girls could become that, you know. Oh, we can't afford housing. Go become tradesmen. But I have a college degree. I need the college experience. You're still a moron. College degrees don't make you smart. And they're not convincing anyone else that you're smart either. Sam Whiskey, $5. Thanks for all the donations, Sam. Cappy, what are your thoughts on AI infiltrating the debate collection industry? I don't know. The debt collection industry? Sam, email me a link or something. I don't know anything about it, so I won't be able to form an opinion about it. All right. Scrolling. That's it. All right, there you guys go. Link below. 3 great resources for you guys to not literally piss away your life. How not to become a millennial. Bachelor Pad Economics. And the one that I'd recommend you all take, since those are good but not as comprehensive, is The Dad You Never Had. It's available on Teachable. It's $149. That's less than you spend on your average college class to learn to hate white people or the patriarchy or Ronald Reagan was a bad guy. Just go. I'll go. No one's going to get that one either. All right. I'll see you guys later. Toodles.